Hi Trisha, welcome back to another gaming video. And in today's gaming video, we're gonna try something new, and we're gonna try the game called My Dear Prince, which was a game that was recommended to me on Steam by the gay gaming website, and they said, you need to play this. So we're gonna play My Dear Prince. Let's go. I already love the look and feel of this. Look at it. It's so my aesthetic. So yeah, we're gonna start the new game. Oh my god, look at that bunny. Look at that bunny. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. So this should be actually a GL. Oh, so it's August the 3rd, Monday. Well, it's cold and chilly now, but oh well. It's hot there. Oh, Dad. Oh, hi, Dad. Hey, Momoka, before you start eating, there's something I want to tell you. Okay. That's how Dad greets me when I take a seat at the breakfast table this morning. I stare at him over my plate of fried eggs and buttered toast, my fingers poised over my cutlery. Mom handles the cooking when she's at home. She's pretty fond of traditional Japanese food, so we usually have miso soup and fried fish for breakfast when she is around. Mom isn't here right now, though. She's away on an important work business, which is to say she'll be giving inspirational talks for the next 3 weeks on the mainland. Oh. My mom's an acupuncturist during the weekday and a yoga instructor on the weekends, and she's fairly well known among circles of people who, like to stick pins in themselves while contorting their bodies into strange and uncomfortable shapes, I guess. She also's written a couple of self-help books, and she travels pretty frequently to give lectures about wellness, whatever that is. I don't really get it. Maybe it's an old person thing? Yeah, it is. I don't get it either. Anyway, in my mom's absence, there will be just 3 faces around the kitchen table. Me, my dad, and my little sister, Mikan. That's the one on cooking duty, and since he prefers frying eggs and toasting bread over stirring miso soup, that's what's on the menu this morning. Dad isn't quite as good at cooking as Mom, but he's decent enough. The yolks of his fried eggs are golden and gooey, and I can't wait to dig in. I'm starving. But the serious look on Dad's face is making my stomach curdle. What's going on, Dad? Did I do something wrong? You didn't get a call from my school, did you? No. Why would your school call us during the summer vacation? They wouldn't usually, but I thought I might have messed up my end of semester exams. I did think my math grade looked suspiciously high. What if my school realized that there was an error with my results and now they're gonna haul me back in for remedial classes over the summer? If that happened, I think I'd die. I'd really, truly die. It's not like I have anything special planned this summer. My best friend, Erika, is spending most of it on the mainland with extended family, and my other friends, Chiyako, is too busy with her part-time job to spend much time with me. My summer's been pretty dull and draft so far. I don't have anything special planned, but that doesn't mean I want to waste it inside a classroom. Mikan looked at me curiously. She sets her half-eaten piece of toast down on her plate, then signs to me with her crumb-covered fingers. What's wrong? I signed back at her quickly, all while speaking aloud. I found sign language difficult to get grips with at first, but I've been doing it for so long it's practically second nature at this point. When I'm at home, I usually sign while I speak. It makes it easier to converse with Mikan, even if I'm not always in a good mood to deal with her. I'm probably going to die soon. What? Why? Did something bad happen? By the way, she's doing sign, okay? I'm just voicing the sign language. Hey, Momoka, don't scare your little sister like that. Dad toots, but he doesn't look angry. If he was, he wouldn't be smiling. Everything's fine, don't worry, Mikan. Dad signs to Mikan, admonishing me while speaking aloud. Dad, like me, has gotten into the habit of signing and speaking simultaneously for Mikan's benefit. Momoka isn't going to die, she's being silly. Oh, I see. Are you teasing me, Momoka? No, I'm getting rightfully freaked out. It never, ever bodes well when somebody says we need to have a talk. Oh, is that what Dad said? What does he want to talk about? I don't know yet. Maybe this is about my grades. Did you fail all your exams? Do you want me to fail my exams? I don't know. I might teach you a lesson. Failure can be character building. Mikan grins. She looks so smug. I want to reach out and pull her pigtails. Let's try and calm down, all right? Nobody's going to die. And as far as I know, Momoka doesn't need to go back to school. If she has failed all her exams, I haven't heard anything about it. But you're not discounting it as a possibility. I suppose anything's possible. Our Momoka really is bad at math. She inherited my acumen for numbers. Ha ha ha. I pouted. Why does my own dad have so little faith in me? It kind of stings. Now I have an important bit of news to share with you girls. A guest is going to be staying with us for a couple of weeks. A guest? Mikan signs back so enthusiastically she almost knocks her glass of orange juice over. Who are they? How old are they? Are they a boy or a girl? Do they think they'll hang out with me? Mikan, despite her demure pigtails and her short stature, isn't all that shy. She might just be one of the least shy people I know. She's very social and she loves meeting new people, particularly girls her own age. They always fuss about how cute and small and doll-like she is. Dad laughs and shakes his head. Slow down, kid. Let me finish. Our guest is a young girl, the same age as Momoka. I think she turned 17 a few months ago. What does she look like? Is she cute? Do you think she'll be my friend? Sorry, kiddo. Can't comment on her looks. It doesn't seem proper. And anyway, I've never met her in person. I've only seen a few photos. How interesting. And how do you know this girl? She's the daughter of one of my old university friends. His name's Seiji. Hattori Seiji. The two of us go way back. Oh, I see. And what's her name? Aoi. Oh, Blue. So it's Blue. Hattori Aoi, huh? That's a nice name. I bet she'll be nice too. I wouldn't be too sure about that. It's too soon to tell. So why is this random girl going to be staying with us during the summer? Well, about that. Dad coughs and adjusts his glasses, which are starting to slip down the bridge of his nose. Seiji's going on vacation, and he doesn't want to leave Aoi on her own. He asked me if I'd look after her for a while, and I agreed. Uh-huh. I frown. I guess that makes sense, though. I don't know why we have to look after her. Where's Aoi from, anyway? Tokyo. Tokyo, huh? I have a bad feeling about this. That settles it. There's no way we're gonna get along. Now, how did you come to that conclusion? That seems a touch premature. It goes without saying. I mean, she's from Tokyo. I bet she'd be really cool and fashionable, and I'm... Aw, that's so sad. You're... Well, look at me. I gestured to myself for further emphasis. I do try to follow the advice in fashion magazines, but trends move too quickly to keep up with them. And there are no fancy boutiques on Omorishima where I can buy the most up-to-date clothes. I order most of my clothes online, but they take ages to arrive. There's no way I'll be ever as fashionable as a Tokyoite. It's simply not possible. I bet she'll make fun of me. Compared to her, I probably look like a troll. I don't think Aoi will make fun of you, Momoka. Judging by Seiji's account, she's a very nice girl. Well, he would say that. He is her father. I mumble under my breath. Speaking of which, I wonder what Dad tells his friends about me. Does he call me nice girl too? Sad though it is to say, I think it's drastically more likely that he calls me lazy gremlin who never helps around the house. Let's not judge Aoi before she gets here, all right? I still don't see why we have to take her in of all people. Why not? Seiji is my friend, and he's not had an easy time. He's not been quite himself since his wife died, and this was almost a decade ago. He's done his best to raise Aoi on his own, but it's been hard on him. He's not had any time to himself for a long while. This is his first proper vacation in years. He deserves a chance to relax, just like anybody else. That's very sad and all, but it doesn't make me feel any better about the situation. I sigh. What does Mom have to say about all of this? I called her about it the other day, and she's okay. She knows how Seiji and I used to be, and I think it's important to support friends when they're in need. So there's no way of reigning on this arrangement? No, I'm ashamed you'd even consider that. Well, it was worth a shot. And here I was thinking my summer vacation was going to be fun. Well, you said it was boring! I guess not. How can I ever hope to relax with a cool, fashionable city girl hanging about to judge all my questionable wardrobe choices? I'll never get a moment's rest. I can't wait to meet Aoi. Hanging around with Momoka all the time gets pretty boring. At least one of us looks excited about this. Mikan is so enthused, she's practically bobbing up and down on her chair. Am I not enough for her? What a traitor! When will Aoi get here, Dad? Will she be here soon? Well, about that, Dad scratches his head, which he often does when he's not entirely sure of the answer to the question he really ought to know. Unlike Mom, who's organized and in control 110% of the time, Dad's more laid back, which is to say he's pretty scatterbrained. I think she's meant to be arriving tomorrow. You think? You mean you don't know? Well, it depends on when the next boat gets in. I hope she arrives soon. I want to see her. Maybe Mikan does, but I have some reservations. This is all so sudden. Why didn't you tell us about this sooner? I'm sorry, it slipped my mind. It was all a bit last minute, and Seiji couldn't make his mind up about whether he wanted to go on vacation or not. I didn't want to tell you about Aoi until I was sure she was coming. And you're definitely sure she is coming? We've been through this already, Momoka. Everything's settled, whether you like it or not. Well, I like Aoi. I want to be her friend. Good for you. I'm sure she'll be happy to hear that. Where's Aoi going to sleep? Can't she stay in my room? We can set up a futon up for her on the floor. Ah, Mikan raised a good point. Where is our guest going to sleep? Our house only has 3 bedrooms. One for Mom and Dad, one for Mikan, and one for me. My room's a bit bigger than Mikan's, as it ought to be, given my exalated status as the eldest child. It'd be more practical if Aoi stayed with me, but I'm not too crazy about the idea. I don't want my inner sanctum being invaded by a total stranger, especially not one from the city. She really hates city girls, right? So she will hate me, too. Because I'm a city girl. I'm from Amsterdam. I don't live there anymore, but I'm from Amsterdam. I can see her now laughing at my pitiful collection of shoes, pouring through my pantry collection of makeup, and tearing through my closet with her fashionable fingernails. My God, she really doesn't like that. Oh my God, that girl? Is it gonna be that girl? Aoi, probably. They don't know. They don't know. You think this looks good? People stopped wearing high-waisted pants last year. You uncultured swine. Ho, 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 ho. Ugh, just thinking about it pisses me off. And why does my imaginary Aoi look so much like Saya? Is my mind trying to make me mad? Oh, I guess this is somebody she knows. Aoi will have to sleep in the living room. She can have the couch. We can't make Aoi sleep on the couch. She's our guest. She's a guest who'll be eating our food and sleeping under our roof for 2 whole weeks. She should be grateful with whatever scraps of kindness she gets. Stop being childish. Aoi's going to stay in your room during her trip. That's the end of it. I won't let you argue your way out of this one, Missy. I fully expected this would happen, but it's an unpleasant reveal regardless. No way! That's unfair! Life isn't, though. If anybody's being unfair, I think you are. You're behaving very childish. Oh, dear big sister of mine. Anybody would think you were 7, not 17. In fact, I know 7-year-olds who are more mature than you. Oh, shut up, Mikan. I cannot shut up, genius. Grrr. I grit my teeth together. Dad, this isn't fair. I turn my attention on Dad, no longer bothering to sign. I don't want Mikan butting in again to berate me. I don't want a strange girl staying in my room. I didn't get a chance to clean up and I... That's enough, Momoka. I'm disappointed in you. I didn't raise you to be so spoiled. Oof. I slump back in my chair, utterly defeated. I'm not used to Dad scolding me. He's usually so laid back and easygoing. Why is he looking at me like that? His gaze is even sharper than the blade of a knife. Now look here. Dad starts signing again, ever conscious about leaving Mikan out of the loop. I know this is sudden, and I'm sorry to spring this news on you so suddenly. I realize as a teenager you want your privacy. That's understandable, but Seiji is one of my dearest friends. He helped me a lot in the past, and I owe it to him to return the favor. We're going to welcome Aoi into our house. That's not up for debate. I don't want you being rude to her or ignoring her or doing anything to make her uncomfortable. Do you understand? It's okay, Dad. I'll be good. I know you will. I'm more worried about your sister. Do you promise to be on your best behavior, Momoka? Please, for me? Ah, jeez. I pout. I don't really want to go along with this, but I don't think I have any choice. When Dad asks me like that, I can possibly refuse. Aw, she's being mean. She's a mean girl. I finish my toast and scrambled eggs, which have already started to go cold. Then I head out of my house. My shift at work starts in 15 minutes, so I should probably head straight for the cafe. But I've never been one to do things 'cause they make sense. Dad's little lecture over the breakfast table has given me a lot to think about, and what better place to mull over things than the beach? I like going to the beach, particularly when I'm in a slump. It's hard to be sad or upset when you can hear the relaxing sound of the blue waves. That's probably one of the good things about living in this cruddy little island. We might not have much in the way of fashionable shops, but at least you're never far away from the beach. The beaches are one of primary attraction, actually. Though I can't pronounce that name, functions as its own little community with about 40,000 inhabitants. It's classed as part of the Miyagi prefecture. There's a ferry that goes from the coast of a couple of times a day, depending on the weather, and it takes about 30 minutes to get to the mainland. This island isn't too big, but it's fairly popular tourist destination, especially in the summer. The beaches are considered some of the cleanest and most well kept in Japan, and our mountain trails are famous with hikers for over the world. I think the real point of interest, however, is all the rabbits. Is the proud home to hundreds of different breeds of rabbits, and they mate like, well, rabbits. Rabbits are the pride and joy of this island. I'm gonna call it island. You're not allowed to own cats or dogs on this island for fear they'll hurt the cute little bunnies. The bunnies are our main selling point, and other than the beaches and the forest and the cliffs. We even have the theme park called Moonland with a cute bunny mascot. The island residents really are rabid about rabbits. The rabbits usually steer clear of the busier areas, like the shopping district, but you can find them hopping about the hills and even in the quieter residential areas. I'm pretty sure to have them living in island all my life. When I go outside, I usually take a small plastic bag filled with dandelions and mint leaves with me so I can stop to feed any cute bunnies I come across. I don't do that today though. I'm so lost in my thoughts, I don't pay much heed to the rabbits, cute though they are. A strange girl is coming to stay with us for 2 whole weeks. A girl I've never met before. A girl called Aoi. I guess this might not be so bad. But doesn't she really need to sleep in my room? I never agreed to this. I love my dad, but it annoys me when he decides stuff like this without asking me. Why does he never think about my feelings? I gaze out the aquamarine ocean. My eyes narrowed. The beach is crowded, just like I anticipated. That's not a crowded beach. Where are the people? There are little kids splashing in the surf, women tanning themselves on the beach towels, and couples feeding one another bites of shaved ice. The smell of frying yakisoba from the various eatery lingers in the air, mingled with the saltiness of the sea. White gulls with long orange beaks and beady eyes turn circles in the sky, their wings unfurled as they search for scraps. It's a nice scene, like something you see in a movie. It's so perfect. Everything looks kind of filtered. Coming to the beach usually cheers me up. I like the sound and the smell of the ocean, and I particularly like watching the cute couples. I know that sounds kind of voyeuristic, but I don't mean it in a creepy way. I swear. It's hard to explain my fascination with lovey dovey couples, but, well, watching them gives me this warm, fuzzy feeling, kind of like petting Island's mini rabbit. The moment when a blushing girl rests her head on her beloved shoulder, the chest touch of fingers when a lock of stray hair is brushed behind an ear, the gentle laughter as a couple share an inside joke incomprehensible to anyone else. These little incidents are all super adorable. I don't have any romantic experience of my own, but it doesn't mean I can't sigh and get misty eyed while watching other people enjoying themselves. Oh my gosh, this is really, really all mushy. Going couple watching usually helps cool my head, but it's not working today. I still feel steamed. I'm stung with the injustice of my dad's decision. Would it have killed him to consult me about Aoi's arrival first? This is so unfair. I kick the sand with the tip of my foot. It eases some of my frustration, so I decide to kick it again and again, and I. Ah! Crap! My shoe just flown off my foot! Oh no, there goes the shoe! It arches through the air, the buckle glinting in the sun. Then it spirals down at the velocity I didn't know an airborne shoe could attain. What'll it do if it hits somebody on the head? I'll never live it down! Hey, watch out! I call out just in time. A boy standing a few feet away from me pauses. He looks up at my sandal, which is still flying through the air. That's a long flying sandal. I'm afraid it's gonna collide with his face, but no. The boy moves faster than lightning. So quick, he leaves behind after images. He raises his arm, then snatches the sandal before I can bonk him on the noggin. Oh, so cute! Save! The boy shoots me a devastating smile, then jogs towards me. Aww. I presume this is your Cinderella. Oh, that's so cute! Yes, thank you. Oh, I need to do his voice, right? Okay. I accept my errant shoe from this outstretched hand, blushing all the while, then slide it back onto my foot. I do up the buckle so tight it hurts. I don't want it escaping again. Then glance up. My eyes meet the boy's. The moment they do, my heart thumps. Ba-bum. It was hard to tell from a distance, but now he's all up in my business. I can't deny the truth. This boy is freaking gorgeous! Oh my gosh. His hair is sandy blonde, and it's pretty long for a guy, though he wears it tied back in a ponytail. His eyes are bright green, and his tan skin is smooth, utterly devoid of blemishes. There's a large backpack slung on his back that looks pretty heavy, but he isn't even breaking a sweat. The boy is several inches taller than me, and rather slender, but he couldn't be called lanky. His arms and legs have some muscular, though it's not particularly pronounced. Is he some sort of athlete? That must be how he was able to catch my shoe so quickly. Excuse me, is something the matter? What? I'm fine. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm okay, really. You don't need to worry. I glance to the left, then to the right, but alas, no matter which way I look, I'm unable to escape this boy's gaze. He's so attractive. I'm so Not. His handsomeness is only making me more acutely aware of my own low average looks. Ah, I've dreamt about having a romantic encounter with a good looking boy for years, but this is not how I envisioned it going. Well, if the shoe fits, I could have knocked his block off. Why am I so clumsy? Overcome by embarrassment, escape fast becomes the one thing on my mind. Thank you very much for helping me. I'll be going now. Hey, wait, before you take off, I was wondering, do you live around here? Oh, yeah, I do. I look at the boy shyly, my face still pink. Why do you want to know? I've not been to this island before, and I was hoping you could help me find my way around. I tried asking a few people on the beach, but they didn't seem to know much more than I do. I'm so relieved I managed to run into a local. Oh, that's okay. If it's help you need, I'll do my best. I perk up, some of my earlier resistance evaporating. Since this boy's asking me for advice, I don't feel quite as bad about almost braining him with my shoe. Where do you want to go? I'm looking for the street. The boy offers me a name, which makes me start in surprise. Really? You want to go there? Uh-huh. Why? He tilts his head to one side. That's not a rough area, is it? Oh, no, not at all. I don't think there are any rough areas on the island. It's too small for that. I was just a bit surprised is all. That's actually the street I live on. Really? The boy blinks, then grins. That's such a coincidence. It really is. Do you mind giving me direction? It'd be a big help. I consider giving the boy some rough guidance, then going on my merry way. But this doesn't sit right with me. I'm conscious that I'll probably be late for work. I think I'm late already. But I don't want to send him off on his own. The streets of the island are all twisty-turny, and there's a non-zero chance he'd get lost on his own. Kyle will have to wait. There are some things in this world more important than waitressing. Oh my good lord. My love life is hanging in the balance here. She's so funny. I'll do you one better and take you there myself. Really? You don't mind? Not at all. I'd be happy to help. Wow, that's really nice of you. I hope I'm not intruding. It's fine. I offered the boy a reassuring smile. It's not like I was doing anything anyway. That's a complete utter lie. But what the boy doesn't know won't hurt him. I'm trying real hard to scoff affection points here. Things might have gotten off to the bad start after I almost conked him over the head with my shoe, but I think I can turn this around. My first love story might just be about to begin. Oh my goodness. Now, I just gotta lay on the charm. I'm sure I can ensnare him. Wow, her confidence went way up again. Maybe. Oh no, wait, not. It's nice to meet you. I'm Momoka, by the way. I probably should have said sooner. And you are? Name's Aoi. Nice to meet you too. Aoi, huh? I wrinkle my nose. This day is full of coincidences. Huh? Aoi looks at me askance. What do you mean? Oh, don't mind me. I just thought it was funny is all that you're called Aoi when the name's been weighing on me all morning. Is there any particular reason for that? It's kind of convoluted. My dad's friend kid's gonna be staying with us during the summer, you see. She's called Aoi, and she's from Tokyo. I've never met her before, but apparently she's gonna be sleeping in my room. I'm not crazy about it. My dad never asked me if I was okay with it. Can you believe that? It does sound kind of thoughtless, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. Thanks for your sympathy. I know this doesn't have anything to do with you, but it's seriously annoying me. I don't want to share my room with a random girl I've never met before. I bet she'll be super stuck up. Hanging out with her is gonna be such a pain. Oh, I don't know. Dude, she still doesn't know her. Oh my god. How can you she feels like Katero. Aoi smiles awkwardly. I might not be as bad as all that. No, I'll bet she'll be even worse. I heave a heavy sigh. Anyway, I'll take it you're a tourist? Uh-huh. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Tokyo. Tokyo? That's pretty far away. I've always wanted to go there, but my voice trails away. Then I frown. What are the odds of running into a boy called Aoi from Tokyo on the same day I learned about Hattori Aoi, also from Tokyo? One or two coincidences is fine, but I've started to rank up way too many for comfort. I really hope I'm mistaken, but your family's name wouldn't happen to be Hattori, wouldn't it? Yup! Then you're Hattori Aoi? I sure am! Crap. Crap. I thought this was Ayo. I thought this Ayo was a handsome boy. But in actual fact, you are Hattori Aoi, as in Hattori Aoi, who's going to be staying with me and my family during the next 2 weeks. It sure looks like it, if your family's name is Akiyama. Yes. I swallow. I'm Akiyama Momoka. That's me. Then you really are Momoka I'll be staying with. That's a relief. I was wondering why there was nobody at the harbor to pick me up when my boat got in. I was afraid I was going to be completely lost. My dad, he thought you were arriving tomorrow. Really? Oh, geez. We must have gotten our wires crossed. This was all pretty last minute. I'll say. Anyway, it's nice to meet you, Momoka. Aoi beams brightly. I hope you take good care of me, and I'm really sorry if me being here causing you any problems. I'll try keep out of your hair, so please don't hate me too much. I take a step back. Though it's a warm day, I can feel the color fading from my cheeks. This is bad. This is very, very bad. Not only did I make a wildly incorrect assumption about Aoi's gender, but I also blurted out a bunch of crap about how I don't want to deal with her right to her face. So much for making a good first impression. I've known Aoi for like 10 seconds, and I bet I've already offended her. Yeah, you most definitely did. Why am I such an idiot? Wow, the island sure is pretty. It's a lot nicer than I thought it'd be. Good, I'm glad to hear that. I lead Aoi through the island, twisting streets, my hand clenched at my sides. I feel painfully uncomfortable, aware of my major screw-up back at the beach. And no, I'm not talking about the thing with the shoe. I can't believe I said all that awful stuff to her. If I'd known the handsome boy who came to my aid was not in fact a boy, but my new roommate, Hattori Aoi, I would have been more careful with my words. But it's too late to worry about that now. I can't take back everything I said. I'm such an idiot. Hey, Aoi. Yes? Aoi smiles, her expression completely devoid of malice. This should put me at ease, but it has the exact opposite effect. I feel even worse about this whole debacle than I did before. This girl, I decide, is way too nice. I just, wanted to apologize. For what? For all that thoughtlessness stuff I said. I'm afraid I did make you feel all that welcome. Oh! What? Oh, it's fine. Don't sweat it. We all make mistakes. I'm not offended, and it's not like anybody got hurt. You really don't mind? Nah, I'm actually agree with you. It's pretty cheeky of my dad sending me here on such a short notice. I'd be pissed if I had to share my bedroom with some random girl too. You've not done anything to feel bad about, so don't dwell on it too much. Besides, You're walking me back to your place. That's real nice of you. I appreciate it. Ugh, I wince. I'm not half as nice as Yuri thinks. In fact, I'm pretty conniving. I only agreed to help her because I thought she was a handsome guy. But I think it's best to keep that under wraps, given how awkward things already are between us. Always doing her best to smooth things over, but I still feel pretty terrible. Hey now. Always sidles up to me, still smiling. Turn that frown upside down. I don't want to see you moping. I'll do my best. I force a smile. It's not very convincing, but it's better than nothing. No prob. If anything, I should be the one apologizing to you. This is kinda sorta my family's fault after all. How'd you figure? Well, it's a bit complicated, but Aoi loops her arm behind her head as she walks, her sneaker clad feet slapping against the ground with her slow leisure footsteps. I wonder if I was walking slow on purpose so I can keep step with her. She's a good head taller than me, and she looks pretty athletic. I bet she could jog back to my house in under 3 minutes if she wanted to. Not that she knows where my house is. That's kind of the issue here. Dad was dithering about whether he wanted to commit to this holiday up until like a week ago. He was all set to call it off even after he booked the tickets. He only went through with it in the end because I twisted his arm. You mean you wanted him to go off on a vacation and leave you here? No, not really. I would have preferred to spend my summer back home, but, well, I don't know how much your dad told you, but my mom died when I was pretty young. My dad's raised me on his own since then. He was pretty upset, distraught really, after mom died. But he was so busy looking out for me, he didn't have any time to grieve. We've never had much money, being a single income family and all, so we've never been on a real holiday, other than visits to my grandma in the Toyama prefecture, I guess. I've only been to the mainland Japan a few times in the past, and even then, I've not been much further than Miyagi. I wonder. Let's sit in Toyama. Fields and hills mostly. Is that all? Well, not completely. My grandmother, that is my dad's mom, lives in the middle of the countryside. There's a whole lot of nothing there. It's kind of pretty in the summer, I guess, with all the huge sunflowers, but there's not much to do. There isn't much to do on the island either. It's not a very big island. I look around the street, save for a few rabbits which are scampering about on the sidewalk. It's quite uninspired. I bet this has nothing on Tokyo with all its high rise building that threaten to square the sky itself. Sighing, I kick a loose rock on the roadside. From your perspective, this place must look like a dump. You'll probably hate it here. Don't be so pessimistic. I've not been here very long, but I think it's super scenic. I'd love to go jogging around here. You go jogging? Sometimes, yeah. Wow, we're like polar opposites. I just like keeping myself busy. I guess I take after my dad. He can never sit still either, but that's because he's always working. I'm kind of worried about him actually. He's always pushing himself. I know he's doing it for me, but sometimes I wish he'd slow down a little. Dad might have pretty broad shoulders, but I don't think they're broad enough to carry all the responsibilities he tries to bear. That's why I wanted him to go on a vacation with Micah. He deserves it. Micah? Dad's girlfriend. They've been seeing each other for a couple of years. He met a few women after mom died, but he couldn't get serious about any of them. Micah's the only one he really gets along with, but they haven't been spending much time together lately. I don't want them to drift apart, not when I've seen how happy they are together. I think vacation is just what they needed to rekindle their relationship. Dad sacrificed so much for me, I'm prepared to do pretty much anything to help him out. Aoi grins, one hand resting on her hip. She has a very casual, almost boyish way of speaking, but her motives are incredibly pure. Is she like some kind of angel? I thought she'd be stuck up, but it was totally wrong on that score. Aoi is a lot nicer than I initially imagined. Aww, this is so cute. Here we are, home sweet home. I let Aoi inside, then shut the front door behind me. She glances about our living room, her eyes wide. Her bulky bag, which I guess is crammed full of clothes for the next 2 weeks, lies on the floor by her feet. Her house isn't anything that special, but always staring at it like it's some kind of historical landmark. It's actually kind of embarrassing having my house scrumptionized so much. So, what do you think? I think it's great! She beams, displaying 2 rows of neat white teeth. This island might be kinda small, but your house is huge! My Crudy place back in Tokyo's got nothing on this. Is it huge? I frown. My house doesn't seem all that special to me, but maybe that's because I've lived here all my life. My parents moved into this place shortly after my mom published her first book, which proved to be an unprecedented hit. I don't really understand the stuff my mom writes about, but she has quite a lot of fans. That book kickstarted her career, which, from what I can gather, has been all roses since then. My mom had me about a year after moving in here, and Mikon came along 4 years later. It's a nice big house, and there's more than enough space for the four of us. Now I'm looking at my house from the eyes of an impartial observer. I think I can see where Aoi's coming from. I guess this place is on the larger side, huh? That's putting it lightly, Aoi grins. My dad and I don't even have a house. We live in this crusty old apartment block with like 4 rooms. It's pretty cramped and the aircon doesn't even work properly. It's always freaks it always freaks out in summer no matter how many times the repairman comes over. I think it's on its last leg. Really? I look at Aoi perplexed. You don't have a house? Nah, house prices in Tokyo are too expensive. My dad is only a teacher and he doesn't have that much money. I think teachers are way underpaid for all the hours they put in. Poor dad always looks exhausted at the end of the day. Then again, even if we had the money to move, I don't know if he would. We've moved a couple of times in the past and it's always a major hassle. There's so much to sort out, there's so much to pack. Wow, I didn't know that. I look at the floor feeling suddenly guilty. My family's not the wealthiest around, as Saya is only too fond of telling me. But we're not poor, not by any stretch of imagination. Dad has Dad had a reasonable well-paying job, and Mom's a minor celebrity. Her newest book ranking in royalties each month, and her talks always sell out super fast. She's even been on TV a couple of times. I always look I always took my crusty life for granted. I never realized or never thought to realize that my situation isn't the norm. I guess I'm pretty privileged after all. Even if the island's out in the middle of nowhere, I don't know much about the housing market, but I imagine they can change a lot based on where you live. What might buy you a nice 2 story family home on the island won't get you squat in a massively overcrowded city like Tokyo. It's not a surprise Aoi's family's struggling, given she comes from a one parent household. Speaking of parents, I'd introduce you to my dad, but I don't know if he's here right now. The house has been pretty quiet since I got back. If Dad were here, he'd probably be taking care of the chores, but I can't hear the droning hum of the vacuum or the rumbling of the washing machine. I don't think Mikan's here either. Did she go out with some of her friends? I'm sorry about this. You must seem like a very thoughtless family. That's all right. Aoi's quick to reassure me, as is her wont. She is so conscious I might cry. I wouldn't want to inconvenience you. I'm a guest after all. You shouldn't have to disrupt your schedule for my sake. It's precisely because you're a guest that we should be looking after you. We're not being very hospitable. I sigh. Oh well, Dad should be back soon enough. Just hang in there. He's been looking forward to seeing you. I bet he'll be sorry he missed your arrival. As for me, I take my phone from my pocket, then check the time. It's 10:30, more than an hour after my shift at Kaho Cafe was supposed to start. Crap, this isn't good. Kaho's gonna be so pissed at me. I'm really sorry, Yuri, but I have gotta take off. I don't want to leave you here, but I need to head to work stat. Really? I didn't know you had a job to get to. I'm so sorry for keeping you, Momoka. If I'd known, I would have asked you to take me to your house. You didn't ask. I offered. It's fine. At least, I hope it will be fine. Kao's pretty scary when she's angry. Will you be alright on your own? Don't worry about it. I'm a big tough girl. I can look after myself. Whereabouts do you work by anyway? The Seaside Cafe. It's a small cafe located by the beach, in case the name didn't give it away. It's not the most creative of names. It's owned by a woman called Kao. She's friends with my dad, which is probably why she gave me the job. I'm supposed to be working there over the summer, but I might not be for much longer if I don't get there ASAP. Oh, the Seaside Cafe, huh? I've heard of that place. You have? I frown. We get a lot of tourists in the Seaside Cafe, but I don't know if it's all that popular. It's not like Moonland. Maybe not, but I did a bit of research, see. I didn't want to mooch off you and your family for the next 2 weeks, so I figured I should apply for a part-time job while I'm staying here. I didn't hold out much hope I'd get anything since I'm not here all that long, but I thought it being the summer and all, some places could use a bit of extra help. I asked your dad about it while we were hashing out the details of my trip, and he suggested I apply to the Seaside Cafe. I sent them an email and... Howie grins. As luck would have it, I just so happened to land a job. It's quite a coincidence, huh? I guess. I frown. Howie looks pretty pleased about this supposed stroke of luck, but I'm more skeptical. If Dad suggested she work at the Seaside Cafe, it seems likely he would have put in a good word to Kao on her behalf. Dad and Kao have been friends for a while, and she owes him a couple of favors. This revelation, though somewhat surprising, is nowhere near on the level of my accidentally running into Aoi this morning. I didn't expect Aoi to be both my new roommate and my co-worker, but I guess that's the way things have worked out. Say, Momoka. Yeah? I'm not meant to start working until tomorrow, but since you're heading over there anyway, let me guess, you want me to take you there. If you would, that'd probably be better use of my time than sitting around here. I don't really like being on my own. And I want to start working as soon as possible. That's admirable and all, but aren't you tired? You only just got here. You should head to my room and rest. Rest is for the weak. I can do that after I die. It's way more important to start making some money so I can thank your dad for putting up with me. I don't want to be a burden. I might be bright and bubbly, but our sense of duty is comparable to a soldier's. It's pretty impressive, but... Geez! I smiled and shake my head. You're pretty silly, Aoi. Why'd you say that? Well, I know this must sound kind of stupid coming from me. I'm pretty silly myself. Bottle, cats, you're black, and y'all. You can call me a hypocrite if you want, but you don't have to worry about being a burden. My dad's nice to everybody. He'd never think of taking you in as a chore, and you're not obligated to work to earn your keep. I did figure as much, yeah. He seemed really nice in the emails he sent me, but I'd feel wrong to take advantage of his kindness. I've got to do something to repay him. Are you sure he won't accept my money? Does he take checks? From a 17-year-old? Get real. You're not even a proper adult yet. I might not be an adult, but my money's worth just as much as anybody's else. My gratitude, too. I think you're being plenty grateful already. She's so earnest and industrious, I'm starting to feel guilty. I can't believe that only an hour prior I was hoping Aoi might fall foul of some horrible maritime accident and fall headfirst into the briny deep. Man, she's not nice. How could I have been so cruel? It's probably too late for this since you already applied, but you really don't need to work this summer. You're on a holiday. You should enjoy yourself. That's very sweet of you, but I like keeping busy, like I said. I'd want to work even if I didn't feel obligated. If I let myself get too lax, I'd probably spend all my time at the beach, and then I'd be all rusty when I go back to playing basketball. You play basketball? Yup. And you go jogging? I sure do. Wow. I pull a face. I could never do all that. I'm lousy at sports. I'm sure you're not that bad, Momoka. How can you say that? You don't even know me. I'm sure I was trying to be nice, but she has no business deciding just how bad, or not bad, I am at sport. She hasn't seen me in PE class. I'm almost always come in last during track. Even Yuki, with her childish proportions, is faster than I am. I can't kick a ball to save my life. Swimming a single length in the school pool makes me feel lightheaded, and the less said about dodgeball, the better. I'm not just terrible at sports, I'm downright dreadful. My reticence doesn't deter Aoi, though. Her bright smile remains unwavering. I might not know you at all well right now, but I'd like to get to know you. I'll be living with you for a couple of weeks, and we'll be working in the same place. It will be awkward if we don't try to get along. I know you didn't want me staying here, but I hope we can make up for that. Just give it a bit of time. I'm sure we'll be fast friends. Ah, I look at Aoi blankly. She looks incredibly handsome when she grins like that. I never thought I had a thing for girls, but her gender doesn't seem at all important when she's ticking all my boxes. Her smile's doing a serious number on my heart. It's flipping about in my chest like a pancake. Oh my god, the pancake's flipping. And that is where I'm gonna end the video. I'm sorry that I'm doing it mid-story, but there was no nice place to stop. So I'm gonna stop here, especially now that we're getting into the ba-dum part. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you want me to continue this story or if you want to see a different story. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I say miss you, love you, bye-bye.